Hey guys, welcome back to Sam's Disney Life. I'm very excited for you to be here today. We are getting very close to my start date. I start in 27 days, which is one of the reasons why I haven't posted in a while. It's been a little hectic trying to get everything ready and figure out what I'm going to bring down, which I already did, but now I just have to put it all together. And I work full time, so there's been a lot going on, but I am back. I'm really excited for today's video. So today we're going to be doing a DIY video. I'm going to show you how I made my roommate gifts. I did do a program before this, so I'm going to show you how I made the roommate gifts for that program, just to keep it a surprise in case my new roommates watch this video. I don't want you to know what you're getting. So these will be how I made the gifts from my last program. On my last program, I made little DIY pin boards, little mini ones that they could keep in their room and just put a couple pins on that they really liked. I made state canvases. It's a little canvas with their state on it, and I put a little Mickey head on their hometown so they could, you know, keep it in their room and remind them of home, something like that. So today I'm going to show you how to make the DIY pin boards and the little state canvases. So I hope you're excited. Alright, so the first things that you're going to need to make this DIY state canvas is some glittery paper, really sparkly, because I just think the glitter next to like the matte background of the paint, it's just really nice. You need a cutting board, an outline of the state that you're going to do, which I'll show you how to get this. It's very easy. Everything's just right on Google. You need some paint, whatever color the person you're making it for likes. I always ask them their two favorite colors, so we do one color for the background and one color for the state. One color for the state. A pencil, an X-Acto knife, a little sponge brush, because those are just the easiest to use, and some 8x10 canvases. They come in 2 packs, they come in 10 packs, nothing fancy. You can get at any of your local craft stores. But yeah, so these are just the ones that I get because they're usually the cheapest. If I didn't mention scissors, you also need some scissors. These are my sewing scissors, but you can really use them for anything. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is get your state canvas outline. I just get mine right off of Google. You just Google the state you're looking for. And so like this is Indiana, so I typed in outline of Indiana and clicked on pictures, and one of these popped up. I will show you super quick right now how to get it and transfer it to Word. It's really easy. So we'll do that now, and then I'll show you the next steps. Alright, so go ahead and open up Google. And you're going to type in outline of whichever state you are looking for. So I'm going to do Indiana because one of my roommates was from Indiana. And once you have that in, go ahead and click on images and select one of the larger file sizes. This one's 500 by 712, so that will be perfect. You're going to open up a Word document and then just drag and drop your image right into Word. Once you have it in your Word document, you want to click on the image and then use one of the corner squares to drag it and resize. You just want it to be a little smaller than the paper. Once you have your state at the size that you like, go ahead and click on Picture Format. And then you just want to find the drop-down menu that's going to allow you to flip the image horizontally. And that's going to help us out later when we're tracing. Once you have it flipped, and you're all set and it's at a good size, you can go ahead and hit print and move on to your next step. After you have this all printed out, you're just going to cut it out. So you want to cut along the line, and this is going to be your template for your actual state. We're just going to cut. And states have a lot of weird nooks and cranny outlines, so you really just want to take your time and get all of them. And there you have it. There is your state. So I guess you really don't have to flip it. You could just, you know, always flip it over after you cut it out. But yeah, so there's your state. So after you have your state all cut out, you're going to take your sparkly glittery paper. This is thick paper that you get in the scrapbooking section of any craft store. You can also use this if you're doing your graduation caps. This is the paper that you'd want to use because it's a little more heavy duty. It won't crinkle up as much when you glue it down. And I mean, who doesn't want a sparkly grad cap? So all you're going to do is put your state down. And I know I said use a pencil, but I think I'm actually going to switch and use a Sharpie because now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, this paper is a little bit waxier on the back than the last paper that I used. So let me just grab a Sharpie really quick. You can definitely use a pencil. Totally up to you. I'm going to use a Sharpie just so the lines are a little bit darker and I can see them a little bit more. With the Sharpie, you do have to be careful about all these little nooks and crannies you got going on down here. And we're just going to trace it. You just want to trace your state right onto your paper. I always do it on the back, and this is also why we did it reverse. So when I cut it out, the state will be facing the right way on the glitter side. But I always trace on the back of the glitter because, you know, just in case when you're cutting you miss a little bit of the edge, you don't want any of that black Sharpie showing on your final product. And that is that. And there you have perfect outline of your canvas. When you're using the Sharpie, it kind of closes up some of the holes on the outside. So now that when we cut it out, I'm just going to make sure that I cut along the inside to really get all of that detail in there. You're going to want sharp scissors because this paper is a little thick. And you just want to go right around the inside of your outline, because if you remember, that's where all of the detail is. It's on the inside line. I'm just going to cut this out. So it's a little bit easier for me to work with. It's really all trial and error. You need to try the different methods. If you don't have an X-Acto knife and don't want to go buy one for this, obviously you really don't need it. You can literally just use the scissors. But some people like the X-Acto knives, so I wanted to show you both ways. I think today I am going to be a scissors girl and just use the scissors. All right, there you have it. There is your state. We have Indiana. And it doesn't have to be perfect, like all these little edges. You just want the idea of the state. Like, no one's going to look at this and be like, what the heck is that? Like, I'm pretty sure they are going to recognize it, unless they just don't know what Indiana looks like. That's on them. Yeah, but anyone who sees this, they're going to know that it's not Connecticut, that's for sure. So yeah, you have your state. Okay, so I've cleaned up all the paper scraps from our state that we cut out. And now we're going to move on to our canvas. For the color for your canvas, you just want some type of tray you can squeeze your paint into. I'm going to try to mix a color because it's a very specific color that my roommate likes. So I'm going to try to mix it and hopefully it goes well. And you know, if I get it onto the canvas and it's not the right green, the beauty is I can literally just go right back over it and paint it a different color. We're going to go with this for now. And all you're going to do is paint. Yeah, I think I like that green. And you never know because you're painting on a white canvas, so you're not going to know the true color until you get it on there. So like I said, if this wasn't the right green, all I would do, because I'm just using like craft paint. It's just plain acrylic paint, again, from any of your local craft stores. So all you're going to do is let it dry. And if you don't like the color, you can just paint over it. If you're trying to do a lighter color over a darker color, you're going to want to put a white in between, and you can use a gesso, like you can buy actual gesso, or just use a white acrylic paint because, again, it's just little craft paints. So, yeah. I'm going to want to do 2 coats on here because it's a little streaky. So I'm just going to get my first coat going. Oh, there's a chunk of something in there. We'll get our first coat, and then we'll let it dry and go back in for a second. Alright, so we're just going to let this dry, and we'll come back in for a second coat in a little bit. So while we're waiting for this canvas to dry, because it's going to take a little while. I don't know why. The acrylic paint always takes a little while to dry. What I like to do on these little things is I find their hometown, which I know kind of sounds sketchy. Which one is more? This one. But I figure out where their hometown would be on here, and I just kind of put a little Mickey head in that general area. It doesn't have to be exactly where it is, but again, if you just Google it and then click on maps, it'll give you like that little pin point thing. For this, I usually use a paintbrush, but we're going to try something new right now, right in this video. So we're going to try this Q-tip and see how it works, because sometimes with the paintbrush, you know, it's kind of hard to get little circles. I remember the last time I was doing this, it took me like 3 tries to get it a kind of perfect circle. So I'm just going to look at my phone and kind of, you know, do it. She's kind of like in the middle of the state, so we're just going to do a Mickey head. So it's definitely, that's obviously bigger than the hometown. Oh, I got a message. But that's definitely bigger than the hometown. The thing is just being like the general area, and you want the Mickey head to be big enough that you can see it. So basically the state canvases are just kind of like a little reminder of home that they have. They can put them in their rooms. So there you have it. There is that. Okay, so we have our canvas all painted. It's a nice solid green. I did one more coat on it, so this has about 2 full coats. I'm going to go in and touch up the edges. You can do the edges whenever. It's not a huge deal because the paper won't be in the way. So to attach our state canvas, all we're going to use is a hot glue gun, and we're just going to put some glue on it. I'm going to try to go very quickly. I'm only going to do half of it first, just so the glue doesn't dry on me, and I'm going to eyeball it and try to get it right in the middle. Flip it over and press down so that the glue sticks. You don't want to push on the other side because then it's going to stretch out and dent your canvas. Alright, looks good. If it oozes out anywhere, you just want to take the hot metal part of your glue gun, heat it up, and get it off. Just like that. And then you just want to go in and finish some glue. So I just put it along the edges and I put a little bit in the middle just to really hold it on there. And we're going to flip over again and press down. Really smush it all in there. All right. There you have it. There is your state canvas. Ta-da! So you can hang it up with command hooks. You can just put a command hook there. I use a little Velcro strips. You put a little Velcro strip and just Velcro it right to your wall. And there you have it. So that is how you make a DIY state canvas. Super easy. They're quick to make. Doesn't take a long time. This video came out a lot longer than I had planned, but I think it's because I just talk too much. That could be a thing. Yeah. I will do the pin boards, but I'm going to put them in a separate video just to keep this one from, you know, being hours and hours long. That one should be rather quick. There's not as much cutting and gluing and painting and all that. There's just a little bit of painting, a little bit of cutting, a little bit of gluing. So stay tuned for that. That one will come up next. Hopefully I'll post it by the end of the week. Please subscribe to my channel if you like my videos. My arrival day is coming up soon, so I will be posting more frequently. I'm going to try to post every Monday, and then if we're having a good week, we'll post on Fridays too. But right now, every Monday, stay tuned for my videos. Subscribe, like this video, comment below, turn on your notifications. It's just a little bell at the bottom of the video. And have a very magical day.